Hello everyone! Today on our show, I'm going to be answering questions posted in the comments on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, posted by viewers just like you. When we know, I'll say and I'll thank the person who asked the question. People often ask us how long their case will take, how much will it cost, and with COVID, what they can do because things in immigration have slowed down so much or closed altogether. If you have questions that I don't answer in this video, post them here. We'll do our best to get you an answer. We'd like to make videos like this, answering your questions more frequently, so please keep on asking, keep on posting.
Calificas para ser legal, quieres saber, solo llama al abogado Andrés Mejer.
Clien Clien asked, when will the embassy reopen? Clien, we aren't sure which embassy you are referring to or why you need the embassy, but the embassy itself is not closed. They are still open for emergency services. However, many embassies are still closed for routine issues like visas. That does change and can change from day to day. To know whether an embassy is open, you will need to visit that particular embassy's website. There is no specific schedule for reopening. Each embassy is acting depending on the conditions in that country. Similarly, Junior Sinsmyr asked, when will USCIS reopen? By the way, Junior, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. My full name is Andrés Mejer. I know what it's like to have your name mispronounced. I'm not sure how to properly pronounce it. My apologies. Junior, most USCIS offices are already open, but they are handling much fewer appointments given the social distancing requirements. However, to know the status of your particular USCIS field office, you will have to look at their website, or you can call the USCIS Contact Center at 1-800-375-5283. We're going to put the phone number in the comments below. Be prepared to wait. A couple of hours per phone call is not unexpected. Unfortunately, that's kind of best case scenario. You are almost certain better off contacting a local immigration attorney to find out if they can tell you whether the local office is open or not. We had an anonymous person ask, "Hi, can you please talk about if it's smart to apply for advance parole for DACA recipients since it's allowed to travel under only certain circumstances?" I've spoken about DACA extensively, including whether to apply for advance parole or not. I will link that video to the comments below. Now, in that video and others, I have told everyone, if you have DACA, you should now apply for advance parole. As of August 24th, 2020, we know that USCIS has said they're only going to grant advance parole for DACA applicants under urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit. Let me tell you what that means, because USCIS has told us urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit means 1. Travel to support the national security interests of the U.S. 2. Travel to support U.S. federal law enforcement interests. 3. Travel to obtain life-sustaining medical treatment that is not otherwise available to you in the U.S. Or 4. Travel needed to support the immediate safety, well-being, or care for an immediate relative, particular your minor children. I don't think this limitation is legal. As an immigration attorney, I'm happy to apply for advance parole for my DACA clients and then sue the federal government if they deny your petition, because it does violate the Supreme Court's decision in June of 2020. So if you're willing to sue the government, call us right away. Whether it's for DACA or advance parole, we're happy to help. I'm looking for any reason to sue this administration. Now, we've had a few other related questions. Any update on the lawsuit regarding Proclamation extension that suspended certain immigrant visas until the end of the year? This proclamation is still in place and there is no update on the litigation regarding it. Wish I had more information for you. It just doesn't exist at the moment. Somebody said, this is another question, that there is currently a ruling that will not allow green card holders or naturalized immigrants to enter the US if they travel outside the US. Is this true? No. Simply no. This is not true. Both US citizens and green card holders are allowed to travel back into the United States. Now, either may be quarantined depending on where they're coming from due to COVID, and a green card holder can be put into removal proceedings for certain circumstances. But please remember, I always recommend the minute, and I mean the very minute you are eligible to become a U.S. citizen, you should do so, because green card holder does not protect you. The government can still try to take it away from you. It's very difficult for the government to take away your citizenship once you have it. Brother Michael asked, hi, can someone who's already in the U.S. apply for the lottery visa and win? Thank you for your question, Brother Michael. And yes, if you're talking about the diversity visa lottery, you can apply for it and you can win while you're in the US. Matter of fact, we just helped somebody get their green card doing just that. But keep in mind, if you're applying for 2022 diversity visa lottery, you must submit your application by October 18, 2020. So don't miss applying. However, maybe this is something you didn't consider. If you're in the United States, you need to have maintained legal status. Otherwise, if you're in the US and overstayed, or either overstayed your visa or had no legal status to begin with, and you've been here for over 6 months without permission, when you leave, you're not going to be allowed to come back into the United States for 3 years unless you apply and receive a waiver. Now, this limitation may disqualify you or your friend. Before wasting time and money, give us a call. Let's see if a diversity visa is actually a legitimate option for you, because it might be. We had another viewer ask, are they also going to waive the interviews here in the United States for employment-based green cards? I presume you're asking this because some embassies are waiving interviews. USCIS has always had the discretion, well, not always. It's a case-by-case basis, depends on how you're getting your green card. But USCIS has the discretion to waive an interview. But based on my earlier explanation that this government is looking to make it harder for immigrants, I wouldn't rely on that happening with much frequency. It's not about whether it's employment or family. Everyone is getting interviews at a much higher rate than in the past. We had other questions, but some are very personal. We recommend you call our office when you need specific advice, and we can determine if you're eligible for a no-cost consultation to review your particular situation. Other questions require a much longer explanation than what we can do in this particular video, so we might use it for future videos, for a standalone video. Thank you to everyone who supports us by watching our videos, submitting questions, and sharing our information. It means the world to us. I wanted to touch on two subjects that we did not have any questions for, but have come up in the news recently. First, if you looked at your case status online, meaning you already filed for something, like for a green card or for citizenship, you look at the case status online and it says, case is ready to be scheduled for an interview. What does that mean? Good news! It means that USCIS has gotten your application, they've reviewed it, and they are ready to move you to the next step of the process. It usually means that USCIS is not going to send you a request for evidence or a notice of intent to deny, because you submitted all the information that they needed. So now you are in line with everyone else in the same position to be scheduled for an interview. How long will you need to wait to have your interview scheduled? Well, that really depends on what USCIS field office is handling your case. Unfortunately, it's a big range. It could be from 1 month to over 2 years. We will include a link to the USCIS website where you can enter your zip code, find the right field office, and then check the processing times. You're going to need to know your priority date, which is on your receipt it was mailed to you after you applied, and this is going to give you an idea of when your interview may be scheduled. I would check once a week to see what the current status is, because it does change. Remember, if you move, you must notify USCIS within 10 days of moving. If you move, your case may be transferred to a new field office. I mean, it depends. Are you within the same location, or are you moving from one state to another? So take a look at the link we put before. Lastly, we want to talk about a news story that should concern you. There was a postal worker who was accused of destroying immigration documents. The United States Attorney's Office is asking anyone whose documents might have gotten lost in the mail to call them. So far, they have discovered 181 victims. Most are living in Utah and Nevada, and were waiting for their green cards. Imagine that, 3 years. Unfortunately, USCIS doesn't seem to have any sympathy for those who may have been affected since 2017, and their instructions just reapply for your documents. Thank you for watching today. Our goal as a law firm is to help make the confusing and complex area of immigration law less confusing and less complex for you. We are happy to answer questions here, but please don't post private information unless you want the entire world to see it. We want to help you on your immigration journey. Please like and subscribe to our channel